Dear students, today in Kingdom Protista, you will learn about algae. As picture is shown, first is green algae. Green algae, as the name suggests, that they have pigments, energy reserve products, stored food, and cell walls that are identical to those of plants. Green algae are able to carry out photosynthesis, so are photosynthetic, with chlorophyll A pigment, which plays major role in photosynthesis. There are also some other pigments like chlorophyll B and necessity pigments, carotenoids, present in the chloroplast. Their main energy reserves are stored as starch. Most green algae possess cell walls with cellulose, so they are like plants. Because of these and other similarities, it is generally accepted that plants arose from ancestral green algae because both have cell walls. Evidence from their nucleic acid, that is RNA sequencing, also indicates that green algae and plants, they arise from common ancestor or monophyletic lineage. Having common ancestor is known as monophyletic lineage. Pictures of green algae are shown. Now there is Chlorella. It is also a green algae. It is unicellular, non-motile, non-moving green alga. Its habitat is freshwater, ponds, ditches. It is easily cultured or grown and has been used as an experimental organism in research, as it releases oxygen on photosynthesis, as well as being investigated or researched as alternate source of food. That is, it can also be eaten. Now there comes importance of algae. Algae have great economic and environmental importance for us. They play a very important role in our environment. Some algae like kelps, brown algae, they are edible, we can eat it, and they may be used to overcome shortage of food. It can be used as alternate source of food, so they are saying that it can overcome shortage of food. Marine algae are also source of many useful substances like algin, agar, carrageenan, and antiseptics. Algae are major producers of aquatic ecosystem as they release oxygen and they carry out photosynthesis, so they are said to be producers. Thus, they play a basic role in food chain, supplying energy, food, providing food and oxygen to other organisms. Some images of green algae are shown. Next comes fungus-like protists. That is, they are protists, but they resemble fungi. Some protists superficially resemble fungi in that they are not photosynthetic, they are unable to carry out photosynthesis, unable to make their own food, and some have bodies formed of thread-like structures called hyphae. As you know, in fungi, their body is made up of thread-like structures called hypha. However, fungus-like protists are not fungi. They just resemble fungi but are not fungi for several reasons. Some of these reasons are protists have centrioles, it is for cell division, and produce cellulose as major component of their cell walls. But fungi, they lack centrioles and have cell walls made up of chitin. So this is the basic difference which differentiates them, that protist cell wall is made up of cellulose, whereas fungus cell wall is made up of chitin. Two major groups of fungus like protists are slime molds and water molds. Now images of fungus like protists are shown. Number one, we will study slime molds or myxomycota. The feeding stage of a slime mold is called plasmodium. Plasmodium is a multinucleate having many nuclei, mass of cytoplasm. It can grow up to 30 centimeter, 1 feet in diameter. The plasmodium is slimy or sticky in appearance in streams, over damp, decaying logs. It means rotten wood pieces, decaying logs, and leaf litter. There is also a term leaf litter. When the leaves become dead, then they form a layer on the soil. It is called leaf litter. It often forms a network of channels that cover a large surface area. As it creeps along it takes in so many food particles like bacteria, yeast, spores, and decaying organic matter. Image of slime mold is shown. During unfavorable conditions like high temperature, more light, slime molds form resistant haploid spores by meiosis within some structures, stalked structures called sporangia. That is, spores are produced in specialized structures called sporangia. When conditions become favorable again, spores germinate or grow into biflagellated two flagella for movement, or amoeboid reproductive cells or swarm cells, which unite. These reproductive cells unite or fuse to form a diploid 2N zygote. Now the zygote produces multinucleate plasmodium. Each nucleus is diploid. A zygote is also diploid, 2N. Image of slime mold is shown. The plasmodial slime mold is Physerum polycephalum, its scientific name of slime mold. It is a model organism that has been used to study many fundamental basic biological processes like growth and differentiation, specialization, cytoplasmic movement or cytoplasmic streaming, and functions of cytoskeleton, which maintains the shape of the body. Now, picture of plasmodial slime mold, Physerum polycephalum, is shown. Finally, we will discuss water molds or oomycotes. They show a close relation with fungi and have similar structure, but they are now regarded as more ancient or old group. Their cell walls contain cellulose, not chitin. This is the difference, that their cell wall contains cellulose, not the chitin. Chitin is basically present in the cell wall of fungus. Their hyphas or thread-like structures are aseptate. A means not. That is, they don't have separations, they don't have cross walls. Oomycotes include a number of pathogenic disease-causing organisms, including Phytophthora infestans, which have played infamous roles in human history. That is, they were not good. Image of water mold is shown. Phytophthora infestans was the cause of Irish potato famine. Famine means shortage of food. When food is not available, so people, due to shortage of food, die. Irish potato. Irish means in Ireland, of the 19th century. It caused a disease completely known as late blight of potatoes. That is, potato crops were damaged due to some worms or insects. Blight. Because of several rainy, cool summers in Ireland in 1840s, the water mold multiplied unchecked. That is, its population was increased, causing potato tubers to rot or decayed in the fields. Since potatoes were the staple, that is basic food of Irish peasants, diet, many people, about 250,000 or more than 1 million, starved to death. Due to shortage of food, due to shortage of potato on which they were dependent as food, so they died. The famine prompted a mass migration or large migrations out of Ireland to such countries as United States. That is, people migrated to United States.